Hello, everyone. I am Teresa Cyrus. I am honored to be speaking with you today about what I am truly passionate about, and that is technology. I started using Microsoft products way back when using the Microsoft Office applications when it launched in 1990s. It was a game changer then, and it is a game changer now. And what's different is using artificial intelligence. So no matter what career path that you planning to take into the IT community, whether it is security or IT administrator or developer, you will be a user of the products. So today I want to show you how Copilot is your personal assistant. So, what am I going to talk about today? I am going to introduce you to Track Creation. That is my company. I want to change your mindset with the 4E methodology, and that's explore, experiment, and execute effectively. Then I'm going to get into Microsoft like to confuse us. There are so many different versions of Copilot. Some don't even realize there is a free version of Copilot. So I'm going to walk you through some of the features in the free version, also in the Microsoft 365 Copilot with and without a Copilot license. So stay tuned for that, and I'm going to provide you with a demonstration. So, the question that I have for you is, do you already use AI tools? Are you already using like ChatGPT or Gemini, Google's Gemini? Some folks may be using Canva or Microsoft Designer to get some creative, visual elements by the use of AI. Now, I could tell you that I was really blown away with, seeing AI on social media platforms like Facebook or TikTok. Look at this. It is amazing what AI can do. Took a picture of a young girl in a car and turned her into a mermaid. But what I'm going to walk you through today is how to use Copilot in your personal life, your school life, as well as your work life. Okay, so explore, experiment, and execute effectively. So, what does that mean? And I really want you to take this away with you because you can use this in your work life as well. What you want to do is explore the inefficiencies. What does that mean? Ask yourself what needs improvement. Do I need to improve my writing? Do I need to improve my LinkedIn profile? What about a work process at work that everybody is complaining about? And, think about meeting with people, that's experimenting with resources, meeting with people to understand what's working and what's not working. Watch videos, read articles. Use AI tools to help you generate ideas. That's what it's there for, that you can actually have a conversation with Copilot to generate some ideas. Because the bottom line is you want to execute with confidence. And when you're working with confidence, you're applying the skills and implementing solutions that you're going to build credibility in the workplace. People are going to earn your trust in your IT community, again in your workplace, because it's about working effectively, right? It's going to save you time, it's going to reduce stress. You're going to shine in your role to where it could benefit you as becoming an MVP or, getting bonuses or promotions within your workplace. So that's what explore, experiment, execute effectively is all about. So let's get into the demo and see Copilot in action, how Copilot is your personal assistant. The first demonstration is on Copilot, the free version. When Microsoft first launched out Copilot, it was a $30 per license. Now they have a free version as well as part of Microsoft 365. In the search bar, I'm going to type in Copilot, click on apps. Notice I have two versions here. The one with that Microsoft 365 is the free application. If you don't see it on your computer, go ahead and launch it from the Microsoft Store. I just want you to see this is the one that is part of the Microsoft 365 subscription. You have to pay a monthly subscription either for personal or family plan. You can purchase the Microsoft Business School or Enterprise plan. But let's go ahead and we're going to launch the free version. Okay, so when you launch the free version, the first thing I want you to really do is look at your settings and make sure that you enable the permission settings, file search, as well as file read. You want it to read your drive so it can pull information that may be available. Let's say if you had your resume on your hard drive. Now I'm going to open up Windows Explorer. It's only going to read documents from these system folders, the Documents folder, Pictures, Music, as well as videos. Notice that I have a lot of folders that are actually on my external drive. Things will not be read there or from OneDrive, so keep that in mind. Now, what's really cool is you can start a new conversation by clicking this icon here. You can also click on the plus sign for more options, start a new conversation. You can upload your files or images, and you can take screenshots. But this is what I like.
Hey, Teresa.
Hi, can you help me out this morning and create a LinkedIn profile based on my website, which is www.trackcreationsfoре.com. I am a Microsoft 365 certified trainer that I help businesses and individuals actually work smarter than harder and boost their productivity. Can you help me create a mission statement around that information?
Absolutely. Teresa, let's craft something impactful, empowering professionals and businesses to unlock their full potential through innovative Microsoft 365 solutions, driving smarter work practices and boosting productivity one success at a time. How does that sound for your LinkedIn profile?
That sounds good. Let me take a look at it. So I'm going to start my conversation because I like to be able to review the information that he provided. If I wanted to make some changes to it, see create new page. I'm going to create a new page. And notice in the left navigation, I have pages. I have conversations. So I've just created this page. I can come here and make any changes that I like. And, for the sake of this training, I'm going to keep what it have, right? But I can easily ask more and build onto it and add some more content here. So I'm going to go back to the conversation. And I'm going to...
Is that mission statement working for you?
Yes, it is. Now, can you help me create a LinkedIn banner? Maybe show Microsoft logos, application logos, and have a placeholder of a picture of me. Can you do that? I need to see what it looks like.
I don't have the ability to create visual content like LinkedIn banners, but a graphic designer or online design tools can help bring that vision to life. Want some tips on how to style it?
Yes, go ahead and give me a prompt for that banner.
Sure thing. Picture this. A sleek banner with a modern gradient background featuring the Microsoft logo prominently on the left. Scattered across include icons of Microsoft 365 applications. To the right, a circular placeholder for your picture with a subtle tagline underneath, empowering smarter work practices. How's that for a start?
Let me take a look at it. Thank you. So Copilot can't do everything, right? But at least he gave me a prompt that I can use to be able to create that banner. So what I'm going to do here is just say create a banner based on the information that he provided, and I'm going to run it. Now, while that is running, notice here that I can stop this anytime I like. So make sure that you don't try to enter in another prompt while you're waiting for your image. Sometimes it takes about a minute or two to generate, but let's wait and see what our masterpiece look like. Great. So it has provided me a banner. So, let's brainstorm a little bit more on about, I'm new to LinkedIn. What about what type of post? So let's ask Copilot to help us with that. So you have created a great mission statement already, as well as provided me a LinkedIn banner. Give me some ideas around what type of post to, put on LinkedIn, like maybe twice a week. Give me like 2 ideas and then give me an actual post.
Absolutely, Teresa. You could showcase achievements or share insights. Here's a sample post idea. 1. Mentorship Spotlight. Highlight a success story from your 4E mentoring program, showcasing how mentorship drives growth. 2. Tech Tips. Share a Microsoft 365 tip to improve productivity. Now, here's a sample post for the Mentorship Spotlight.
Let me interrupt. I'd rather see a post around the tip.
No problem. Here's a sample post for your Tech Tip series. Hashtag Tech Tip Tuesday. Unlock the power of Microsoft Teams with this quick tip. Use @mentions to grab someone's attention in a channel or chat. Just type @ followed by their name and they'll get a notification. Boost your team collaboration today. Hashtag Microsoft 365, hashtag productivity.
That sounds pretty good. Let me take a look at it. So here again, now I can take a look at this and see if this is something that I want to use. Again, I may go back and ask it to do just a little bit more.
So, ready to share that tip and empower your network?
Based on the tip, can you provide a title and put things in a bullet format?
For sure, here you go. Title, Boosting Productivity with Microsoft Teams. Tip number 1. Okay, item, this tip, use @mentions in Microsoft Teams. How to? Type that, followed by a team member's name in your channel or chat. Result, they receive a notification, ensuring your message stands out. Benefit, enhance collaboration and keep everyone in the loop. Ready to post?
Take a look at it. Thank you. So the reason why I wanted to do this again is because I wanted to show you that providing some better context is going to be more helpful, because using this sentence format does not help me visually. By seeing it in a bullet format along with a title is more useful to me. And so think about, giving the direction, giving it better direction. The next thing I want to show you is Copilot can help you in your school life with using share a screen. So let me set up for that. So let's say that I was studying for the Microsoft MS 700 exam, and I'm reading all this information on Microsoft Learn, and I start to have some trouble with really understanding what sensitivity labels are. Copilot can help me break this down and help me. And let's see how this works. I'm going to go back to the free version. I'm going to click on the eyeglass. I'm going to choose the screen. Yes, on my screen I'm studying for a Microsoft MS 700 exam. I am new IT administrator. Can you give me, really in simple terms what this means?
All right, think of sensitivity labels like stickers you put on files or emails. A confidential sticker locks the info inside, so only certain people can see it. A public sticker means anyone can access it. These labels help control who gets to see what. Easy enough?
That's very helpful. Thank you.
You're welcome, Teresa. Ready for more learning or need a break?
I need a break. So with that being said, now I can look at what he provided. And if I wanted to create a new page, rename this to MS 700 Study Guide. How cool is that? I want you to be aware of that you do have access to the free version also on copilot.microsoft.com. Everything that we did in the app, we can do here as well. So let's do a quick recap. Okay, so in this demo, I just showed you the free version of Copilot. You were able to have a conversation with an avatar voiceover. You don't, most of these applications, you just dictate your prompt. You're actually brainstorming through a conversation. I also showed you Copilot Vision, where we actually went on a website and actually said, take a look at this page and help me out and break this information out in simplest terms so I can understand, where we created pages so we can modify it or create a study guide. So that's helping you in your personal life and in your school life. Let's go to the next demo, which is Microsoft 365 Copilot. There's 2 versions and I have some demos to show you there. Okay, so for this demo, let me change to Adele's profile because I know that she does not have the Microsoft 365 Copilot $30 license, because there is a difference between some of the features, and you're going to see that throughout this demonstration. So again, I am on Microsoft 365. And you see that I have some chats and agents, but what agents are just, very high level is they're just add-on apps. You can have an idea coach. So it's just agents that's going to allow you to, ask Copilot for help. What I want to focus on is conversations. So again, you can have conversations. Again, we just did the one for the LinkedIn profile. You can do the exact same thing here. The only thing difference is, see here, it says start dictation, not a conversation, but a dictation. So be aware of that. You also have pages. So you can, make changes if you like to. You could actually share these pages. You can save it to Word. Again, Copilot is your personal assistant, so it's going to help you. Now, look here. This is what's really different from Copilot and other AI tools. Your data is protected. So keep that in mind. So a couple of things I want to share with you is with the create, notice that you can create a document and presentation and create a workbook. Again, this is you have to have a Microsoft subscription, but I don't have the $30 Copilot license, but I still have some flexibility here. Notice that you have some prompts here, right? So if you're new to Copilot, it's going to give you some prompts. You can see more prompts here. You got a prompt gallery. So if I'm looking for, certain type of task, or, if I'm in IT, what prompts are available to me relating to IT, information technology? If you have some saved prompts, they'll be stored here as well. I want you to be aware of, if you go to Outlook, notice I see Copilot here in the left navigation, which is going to take me back to Copilot chat where we just left, but you don't see it in the ribbon. And let me switch to Teresa's profile, who has the $30 license, so we can see that difference. So under Teresa's profile, I have the agents just like before. I have my conversations here, but what's nice with this is I can come in here and look at this conversation. I have this schedule where it runs weekly. I can, do search based on my work because Adele could not do that. Or I can actually create prompts based on pulling information from the web, right? So this, I can come through here and I've already have this prompt to run weekly. I can come in and review this. I don't even have to go to Outlook and review this information. We have notebooks where I can actually create a notebook and store all the related chats. So it's easy for me to access. So let's say that on Monday, I got some information that I wanted to keep. Tuesday, I don't need it, but the information on Wednesday, I want to keep. And I can easily add this to this notebook. All I have to do is right click and add it to a notebook of my choice. How cool is that? Let's look at create. Again, with create, you can create an image. Remember, Adele, who didn't have that paid $30 license, did not have creating an image, design a poster, or create a video, create a form. So design a banner. We just did a banner for LinkedIn. So again, this is going to help you in your personal life, your work life, as well. Now, this is what I really want to showcase. I want to showcase how it works with Outlook. Let's say I'm going to start anew. Notice I have Copilot in the left navigation. I also have Copilot in the ribbon as well, because I can chat, I can create a draft, I can prioritize. Let's just create a draft. So I'm going to ask Copilot to create an email to Adele, inviting her to assist with co-leading a IT youth program. I am the director of the 4E Mentor program. Suggest some topics for the program in a bullet format. Use friendly but professional tone. And let's just run it. And let's see what we get. So Copilot has helped me, create this first draft of an email. I have the option to keep it. I can say retry. I want to really make this a little bit longer. Notice I can change the tone as well, but I want to make this longer. Add a little bit more context to it. And so I have the option to choose number 1 or choose number 2. And let's just go ahead and keep it. Just that fast. So always fact check your information. Make sure that this information is what you want to include in your email. So let me put a second hat on. Let's say that I wasn't sure if this tone was right. I can ask Copilot for some coaching. So let's see. It's going to analyze this email. And it's going to provide me some suggestions. It says, instead of, I hope this message finds you well, I hope you're having a great day, right? So it's going to have you, give you some additional feedback or choices to choose from. Think about sometimes you say, hey, coworker, can you read over this and make sure that this read right? Well, you don't have to do that. You can ask Copilot, who is your assistant, to coach you with that. And you can easily come here and say, apply all suggestions. And I can go ahead and replace it. So I am good to go, and I can actually send this to Adele. So let's say that Adele, she had forwarded this to Nestor, and let's summarize her response to me. So I just hit summarize by Copilot. So it's giving me a quick summary of all the responses here. If I want to read it, the whole entire message, it's there. But this is going to give me the highlights and I don't have to read it. Normally we scan through our emails anyway, right? So, okay, so this is good. And I'm going to close it. Now I could just click on it and say schedule with Copilot. So automatically it's giving me a new title for this meeting. Notice it has attached the original email, gave me an agenda, as well as summarized the information already. Now, I can insert this. If I want to make some changes, I can do so because I can type in here if I want to. And I can send this meeting. So in less than 5 minutes, I was able to craft up an email. I actually had it refined it to make it sound professional and schedule a meeting. How cool is that? So now I'm in Word. I'm going to ask Copilot to create an action plan about migrating my organization with 25 employees to Copilot. Let's see what we get. Now, if I had any additional documents, I can add it there. And let's go ahead and run it. See, just that fast, it is starting to develop an outline. So notice it's giving me a lot of information. This is starting to look really good. It's actually 3 pages. And I can also add some more context here. Let's say I want to say, I'm going to keep this. And I'm going to ask, provide the benefits for Copilot. So it's going to go ahead. Notice that I didn't have to start all over. It actually created that information right where I wanted it. And so I'm going to keep it. So that's really simple. Again, starting with a first draft. Now, let me change hats. So if I'm a leader, I can click on Copilot up here and get some prompts and say, summarize this document. And it's giving me a summary. Now, Copilot, we want to save this to OneDrive. Now let's say our leader said, hey, can you put that in a presentation format? So I'm going to actually click on a presentation in PowerPoint. That's a little bright, a little colorful, but that's okay. I can create it from scratch, or I can create it based on that file that we just created. I'm going to choose that file and run it. So before, we used to have to find a template and, copy and paste all this information over. I have the ability to move things around before I paste it so I don't have to do it manually. Say that I want this to follow in this area. I can add a new section if I wanted to. Pros and cons about Copilot. And it's just going to generate it for me right there, just that quick. Let's go ahead and generate our presentation. So I have my presentation right here. If I don't like any of these images, I can ask Copilot, provide an image of a working assistant. So it's giving me some images. And I can insert it in. Notice here that it provided me the resource of where this information came from and provided the speaker notes below as well. How cool is that? Again, Copilot is your personal assistant. So let's recap. Okay, so in this demo, I actually showed you Microsoft 365 Copilot Chat that does not have the Pro license. You are aware that there are limited features. I showed that there is a prompt gallery. So if you are new to Copilot, you have information there. The biggest difference is that you're still dictating your prompt, meaning you're being recorded versus not having a full-blown conversation like we saw in the free version. And you can also use Create, where you can actually create a Word document, a PowerPoint document. In the third demo, I showed you the Microsoft 365 Copilot with the $30 license. We saw a lot more bells and whistles that was available to us. There's agents that was more available to us, where we can actually create a form or a video right from Microsoft 365. Shared with you with notebooks that you can store relevant information all in one notebook, so you don't have to go and search for it. Talked about the creating images and posters. Now, my favorite is working with Copilot with Outlook, helping me, create emails and summarize emails, schedule meetings for me. And with Copilot Word and PowerPoint, I was able to create a document from scratch or have it reading from an existing document. So I hope that I made you a believer that Copilot is your personal assistant. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. I'm on LinkedIn under Teresa B. Cyrus, and I will address any questions that you may have. I want to take a few minutes and acknowledge a few folks. Rookie, thank you for all your help for putting on this conference and trying your best. You and Timmy Dio both get us to Nigeria, even though it didn't happen, but that's quite all right. Your hard work is appreciative. Blessing and Tammy Tope partner with TechSmith and Logitech. Could not bring the hardware with me, but just so you know that they have given you full access to Camtasia and Snagit, and I want to just thank you for your friendship and mentorship as well.